Well, the other day on the show, we talked about this report that came out that said Millie Bobby Brown, before the filming of Stranger Things season 5, which of course they started filming like a year and a half ago, had filed a complaint with the studio that she was being bullied by David Harbour. Now, you guys remember that we then talked about this on the show, and we said, well, there's really one of four options here. Either David Harbour is being a jerk to kids, or Millie Bobby Brown is being a young Hollywood success story that just doesn't like not being treated like a princess like many other actors and actresses sometimes do. 3, maybe the report is totally wrong. Or 4, maybe this is one of those things where, hey, maybe they did butt heads, but it came to nothing and everybody just moved on. Well, it looks like maybe it's not 1 or 2, because David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown, as I said, even before the report came out, we pointed out they've been going around promoting season 5 together, and everything looks pretty good. But now the Duffer Brothers and Sean Levy, all the producers and the directors of Stranger Things, they've chimed in on it and given us a little bit more clarity. Here's what they said. This is coming to us from the folks over at THR, the Hollywood Reporter, who said, when asked about the bullying claims on the red carpet, co-creator Ross Duffer told the Hollywood Reporter while standing next to his brother, Matt Duffer, obviously, you understand I can't get into personal on-set matters, but I will say that we've been doing this for 10 years with this cast, and at some point they're family, and we deeply care about them. So nothing matters more than just having a set where everybody feels safe and happy. The Hollywood Reporter then asked Stranger Things director Sean Levy how production handles a bullying complaint on set and makes sure everybody feels safe and respected. He said, I've read a bunch of stories, and they range from wildly inaccurate to there's just so much noise around it. All right. This is just me doing some interpretation, okay? This is me doing some interpretation. But when asked about the complaint, do you notice neither the Duffers nor Sean Levy said nothing ever happened, right? Neither of them said nothing ever happened. They said, hey, look, we've been doing this for 10 years. Everybody on this set is a family. My takeaway from that, and again, this is just me interpreting. I could be right. I could be wrong. My takeaway from that is, yeah, it's at some point during season 3 or 4, they had a spat and we all moved on. They had a spat because listen, Rob, you know as well, if not better than anybody, that the sets of movies and TV shows are not calm, sterile, low-key environments. They are high pressure, high energy, high artistic environments where people are going to butt heads. Especially artists, man. Creators and artists, like actors, they will, don't even get me going. But it's like, one of the things I said, Rob, during the show before when we were covering the story is that I can't help but wonder if maybe part of this is just that, yeah, they blew up at each other one day on set and then everybody moved on and they just moved on from it. By the way, this picture was taken last night. This is them on the red carpet of Stranger Things season 5. And I'm going to go over to this as well, but here's a video of the two of them on the red carpet, hanging out and chatting and talking and, all that kind of stuff. Now, lest anybody says, well, they were just doing damage control. Remember, they were doing promotion for this season prior to that report coming out.
Yeah.
Right? So, Rob, I don't think it was nothing, or else the Duffers and Sean Levy would have said, yeah, that report is totally BS. Instead, their response was, hey, everybody on our set's a family. We want to encourage a safe. So that tells you, this is, again, I could be way wrong. This tells me, hey, these are two artists who have been working together for, at that point, like 8 years, and then probably had a butting of heads, like every set everywhere does, and then ultimately nothing came of it and everybody's cool. That's at least the way I'm interpreting it, Rob. You're seeing all this. You've heard what the Duffers now said. You saw the footage from last night. Anyway, what's your takeaway from it?
I think you're right. I mean, I think, look, as I've heard from people, I hear this all the time. HR gets a lot more phone calls on sets today than they used to, say, 10 years ago. There's a lot of sensitivity that you have to be made aware of, and you've got generational issues between young actors coming up and veteran actors who are more used to, say, a more prickly um, attitude on set where people can gently rib each other or really tear into each other because that's just kind of part of what happens, rightly or wrongly. And I think it could have been something like that. And I think you're right. I think that the report was made. Millie Bobby Brown probably got angry, and maybe it's her manager or agent who did the reporting. Who knows? But they got past it. I mean, especially John, when you're working for this long, you get to know each other really well. Like siblings can squabble, parents can squabble, and I'm sure it was something more along the lines of that. Because if it was anything more serious, the word bullying, and everybody was careful to say, but there was no inappropriate sexual things or whatever. I mean, it was bullying could mean a lot of different things. And if somebody gets their knickers in a twist or something, and I'm glad to see it everybody seems to have gotten past it. By the
And
way,
by the way,
did you watch the first 5 minutes?
I did not. I purposely decided to not watch the first 5 minutes. But I'm going to say this too, is that it needs to be remembered. Two very important things I see a lot of people forgetting that needs to be remembered. Number one, this report isn't something that happened recently. This was a report that they're saying got made like a year and a half ago. Number two, it was not Millie Bobby Brown or David Harbour that told anybody this. This was like settled like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And filed away. And then all of a sudden just now comes out. And so, yeah, I mean, it's looking more and more to me like with the Duffers not denying that anything happened at all. It seems like, because Rob, listen, I'll tell you this, me and Christian Harloff, we've always worked together great. We get along great. I was just talking to him actually like 2 days ago, as a matter of fact. But, when we would sit in creative meetings, sometimes we would do this. And sometimes we get a little, he's like, what are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. We'd have it out. And then when the meeting's done, it's like, okay, cool. Want to go grab lunch? And then we go grab lunch, right? And so like that kind of stuff can happen. So I have no doubt. I would be shocked, Rob, if on any creative set, especially one that has lasted for 10 years, if you ever try to pass off the idea that nobody had any problems with each other ever, that's fiction. It would be a bold-faced lie. I wouldn't buy that for a second. Yeah. But it sounds like this was, hey, they probably had a clash and then everybody got over it. So anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, does this kind of settle all this now and put this to rest about the whole thing that was going on? I don't know. Whatever you guys interpret from this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.